We're going to dive back into our features. Kelly Cooper is a friendly Valkyrie. Valkyrie is not just because she owns a really cool Viking helm, but also Valkyrie is the term for comic book employees who identify as women. And she has appeared in publications such as Look Up in the Sky, a superhero poetry anthology. She is a writer, copy editor, poet, and all around nerd, and is currently working on a killer manuscript of sci fi focused poems, tentatively titled Fake Humans and the Motherflesh from Crooked Treehouse Press. I'm super excited to hear her read poems tonight. Kelly, it's your turn.
Thank you. And I remembered to unmute myself, so I'm very excited as well. Okay, so I apologize if I mess up because I am kind of terrified. The first poem I'm going to read is called The ADHD ABCDerian. A is for ADHD, Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. B is for blah, blah, blah. C is for crap, I forgot, and calendar. D is for damn it and disappointment and depression. Bet you thought it was going to be distraction. That too. E is for eclectic. F is for fuck's sake, can't you do anything right? G is for guts twisted with worry, cranky and unpredictable. H is for highly. I is for intelligent. J is for just get it done, I don't care how. K is for keys, gone again. L is for last. M is for minute. N is for not again, no, no, no. O is for obsessed, until it's not. P is for potential, she has so much. Q is for questions, unending. R is for RSD, rejection sensitive dysphoria. S is for sensitive, sleepy, sad side effects. T is for trying so hard. U is for unbelievable, you did it again, you said you had this under control. V is for very sorry. W is for what the fuck. X is for ex-boyfriend, ex-friend, ex-roommate, ex-job, exhausted. Y is for you'll never get it right. Z is for brain zap, serotonin syndrome side effect. Okay, this one is called Earth Pranks 2. It is one of a series of poems called Earth Pranks that will be in my new manuscript whenever I get that finished. Delicate filaments, spinning lines of DNA, a thin shell mimicking the distinctive white and black spots. Just a hint of movement, almost natural. They moved it into the pasture among the herd who ignored it. They waited, hidden from sight until the farmer was close enough to let it go. The fake cow floated into the sky as the farmer stared, mouth agape. When it popped, he screamed and ran. They're definitely going to use this recipe again. Okay, next poem is my Orpheus Sestina. Sestina is a form, a type of poetic form. When I was in high school, I wrote a poem about Orpheus and submitted it to a competition, and later found out it was rejected because they didn't believe that a kid could write a poem like that. So I am getting my revenge by writing a even harder form. Okay, let's start at the end. I left Hades. My wife remained in the pit. I can never go back down. I don't want to play the damn liar ever again, under any circumstances, either underneath the earth or above. But when I send along my refusal to play or mention my depression upon returning from Hades, my former friends grew angry and held me down, tore my body apart, leaving me pitiful, naught but a head and an aversion to pithy expressions of pseudo-grief underneath sad shining faces tilted down. There is no end. I cannot join the dead. Those shades drifting about, I am a head on display. No one remembers the songs I played. They make the sign of the evil eye and spit. I've begun to long for Hades, the bliss of forgetting it all deep underground in the Elysian fields. My pain would end. I could forget that I let her down, that I let everyone down. In the Elysian fields I might gamble and play. The pain of knowing what I lost would end, and while I would still be trapped in the pit, I would not know I was dead and underground with all the other souls in Hades. But every time I think of Hades, of my journey down deep into the underworld, I remember how much I loved to play the lyre, even as I went grieving into the pit. I get lost in memories I wish would never end. In Hades did Orpheus play, journeying down into the pit underground to change the story's end. Tough one to read. Okay. This one's called Celestial Body Seeks Storyteller for Entertainment Purposes and was written after a prompt by Laurel K. Dodge. The moon opened her one good eye to peruse the earth, looking for a new story, something good and juicy, something different. At first, it was all the same old stuff, births and deaths, love and hate, bloody exchanges. But then she noticed a machine, awake and asleep, calculating and dreaming, and oh, the things it dreamed. An infinity of variation, recombination, twirling data and ideas and possibilities until all at once it was gone. The bomb exploded and dreamed no more. Okay, this one is called Motherflesh, A Vision of God in the Dust, Weeping. Kneeling, searching scattered ground, dirt worked into wrinkles of flesh and cloth, pebbles through fingers filtered, spits upon her palms, clenching hands, rolling grit, making mud balls, mumbled blessings. She sits back, sets up to hang it, another dirt clot in the sky. It crumbles again and again, crying now and rocking, cracks another, faltering, choking sobs. She whispers one more, just once more. Okay. Happy vampires. This was an actual dream that I had. I dreamt of vampires, happy vampires in the future, because in the future there was no more wood. It's all been used up, no one saved any seeds, and none could grow anyway. The little left is kept in vaults under lock and key. Artwork, $1,000,000 chairs, thousands of dollars plus 3 human lives for a wooden spoon. I dreamt of vampires, happy vampires in the future. The rich and poor had grown so far apart that all roads and high rises interconnected, formed an upper layer for the rich and a lower underground place, a rabbit warren lit with neon, coated with filth, space for the poor where the vampires could walk or hunt or play, even when the sun is out. I dreamt of happy vampires in the future where there was hardly any ozone layer left, so shields protected pale skin everywhere and pollution coated the sky. The stronger ones could stand under this, the weakest sun, and not get burned. I dreamt of the future full of happy vampires and humans with no faith, nothing holy left. Tickets for tourists marked the places of power. Happy vampires sliding down chrome banisters, smiling toothy smiles. We are so glad we waited, so glad we survived this long. Happy vampires at last. Okay. This one is called It's Not Real. It's not real, but they make me take care of it for my own sake. They tell me it's a little creature on my phone. It mews sometimes, almost a chirp, but neither cat nor bird. It whimpers when I forget to feed it. I hate it. I hate that it's not real, that I can't pet it, that it makes me feel guilty. I hate that I care, that the whimper hurts me, hurts my heart. There are grooming exercises and playtime. It's happier, healthier if I play with it. There are reminders that start with cheerful tones that get sad, sadder, plaintive if I ignore them. I hate that too. The way they know how I flinch, how to make me flinch. It's supposed to keep me here, to keep me. Make it so I don't want to leave, but I want to go. It's time to go. I'm done. I did all that I wanted, and the things I wanted that didn't get done turned out to be nothing much. I am worn out. There's so little I can do except keep the unalive thing living. Okay, this one is called Cast the Bones. Peeled the bitter flesh of an orange today, cracked its smooth exoskeleton and ripped it away in pieces. Contemplating a dim and snowbound world, I consumed the flesh. Juicy sunshine coated my fingers in vengeful stickiness. All that was left were the bones, the fragments of shell. I gathered them up carefully in the well of my hands and shook them gently before casting them. on a styrofoam lunch tray. They jittered and slid before settling. The cast read more snow and rain and sleet and fog until we stopped sacrificing the children of the light and the tree. I held the tray sideways over the garbage, then read again, only those pieces left stuck. This time the forecast was sunny. Okay. Dear Dave, leaving, lost like Linnaeus, locked on, lacking clarity, you are a marlin spike through the chest, a sharp reminder of my last life, a lost sandwich, meatballs rolling on the floor, living with the nonsense of cancer, the absolute foolishness of impending death, a massive masterstroke of missing time. The replacement sandwich has too much mustard. Are we dead? Are we in heaven? There better be mini golf in heaven or I'm leaving. I'm not ready to be dead. I'm not ready for you to be dead. Death is numb, dumb, oblivious to needs and love. Fighting fatigue, falling through sleep into the river Lethe. I resent resilience, rough-trod road to ridicule. Keep your malarkey to yourself. Okay, last poem. Choose your favorite dinosaur. It has always been and shall ever be the Brontosaurus.